There is a $3 powder that permanently stops rust. It does not slow rust, and it does not delay rust. It stops rust. The U.S. Army tested it at their Belvoir Research Center and built it into military vehicle maintenance protocols. The rust prevention industry in the United States generates $5.6 billion every year. A $3 fix that eliminates a $200 repair bill cannot be allowed into mainstream knowledge. So they replaced it with branded products that cost 40 times more and that contain the same active ingredient with a logo printed on the label. They did not bury this because it failed. They buried it because it worked too well, and because the thing it comes from cannot be patented. Welcome to Survival Lost Vault. This is where the knowledge they locked away comes back out. If what you hear today matters to you, subscribe and hit the bell. Now let me take you back to where this chemistry was first written down. In the 1st century AD, a Roman officer named Gaius Plinius Secundus, the man history calls Pliny the Elder, was compiling the most ambitious encyclopedia ever attempted in the ancient world. 37 volumes covered every subject known to Roman civilization. In Book 34, writing about iron and metalworking, he recorded something the legionary armories already knew by practice. A liquid pressed from small round growths on the branches of certain trees produced a film on iron surfaces that turned them blue-black and stopped them from corroding. He did not know why. He recorded that it worked. That blue-black film has a name now, ferric tannate. It forms when tannic acid, extracted from oak galls, tree bark, and dozens of other plants, reacts with iron oxide at the molecular level. The rust does not disappear, it transforms. The loose, flaking, porous iron oxide that was actively destroying your metal becomes a dense, stable, chemically inert compound that bonds directly to the surface and seals it from oxygen and moisture, the two things that make rust possible in the first place. The Roman legions were not the only ones who found it. In medieval Europe, craftsmen who made iron gall ink were producing ferric tannate every single day. They ground plant galls, soaked them in water, added iron salts, and watched the solution turn that same blue-black Pliny described. They noticed that iron tools left in contact with the solution stopped rusting. Cathedral ironwork treated with these tannin solutions in the 1400s still stands today with surfaces showing less corrosion than untreated iron from the same period. In Japan, swordsmiths used plant-based astringent solutions to blacken and protect iron sword fittings. The iron guard on a Japanese katana, the tsuba, was treated with tannin-bearing plant extracts that produced a protective ferric tannate layer. Museum conservators holding Japanese arms collections now use tannic acid as the standard treatment for corroded iron artifacts. The same chemistry the swordsmiths were using 600 years ago was later confirmed by modern conservation science. In West Africa, Mande and Yoruba blacksmiths, whose ironworking traditions date to 1500 BCE, used bark extracts from native tannin-bearing trees in iron surface finishing. The specific plants were different. The continent was different. The century was different. The chemistry was identical. 4 civilizations, 4 continents. 3,000 years of independent discovery. Every culture that worked iron and had tannin-bearing plants eventually found the same reaction. Not because they communicated, because the physics cannot be argued with. Tannin plus iron oxide produces ferric tannate. That has been true since before any of them were born, and it will be true long after every rust inhibitor brand on the hardware store shelf has been discontinued. Now, here is what the science actually says about what is happening on your rusted truck frame, your garden gate, your fence post right now. Rust is iron oxide. Iron exposed to oxygen and moisture loses electrons in an electrochemical reaction that produces iron hydroxide, which dehydrates into the red-brown flaking compound you recognize. That compound is porous. It absorbs moisture. It accelerates its own spread. Left alone, rust does not stabilize. It propagates. Tannic acid interrupts that cycle at the molecular level. Its polyphenolic chains carry hydroxyl groups with a strong chemical affinity for iron ions. When tannic acid contacts iron oxide, those hydroxyl groups chelate directly to the iron 3+ ions in the rust layer. The reaction produces ferric tannate, a compound with a fundamentally different molecular structure than the original rust. It is denser, it is non-porous, it does not absorb moisture, it does not propagate. It bonds to the underlying metal and seals it. A study published in the journal Corrosion Science measured the protective performance of tannic acid conversion against untreated rust panels during accelerated salt exposure testing. The converted panels showed dramatically higher impedance readings across every test duration, confirming that the ferric tannate layer was actively blocking the electrochemical reaction that causes rust to spread. The U.S. Army's Materials, Fuels, and Lubricants Laboratory reached the same conclusion when they evaluated rust converters for military vehicle applications under MILC 6.2.218 corrosion prevention standards. The active chemistry in every high-performing converter they tested was tannic acid. The U.S. Army did not use it because a marketing department told them to. They used it because nothing else at that price point performed as well under salt fog and field exposure conditions. If you have made it this far, you already understand something most people will spend $200 to avoid learning. Stay with me, because the suppression story is where this gets worth sharing. By the middle of the 20th century, natural plant-based compounds that had been the foundation of metal treatment for centuries were being systematically displaced by synthetic resins and proprietary formulations. The coatings industry had consolidated. Sherwin-Williams, Rust-Oleum, and their competitors had built product development and marketing infrastructure that ran entirely on one economic principle. Only patentable chemistry generates recurring revenue. Tannic acid, pressed from plant galls, cannot be patented. It has existed for thousands of years. You cannot build a brand monopoly around a compound that any competitor can replicate for pennies and any customer can buy in raw form for $3. So the industry did not ban tannic acid. They made it invisible. They repackaged it in branded formulations at 15 to 40 times the raw material cost, gave those formulations names that sound proprietary, and placed them on hardware store shelves with almost no information about what was actually inside. A quart of Corrosil branded rust converter retails for $18 to $22. Its active rust converting ingredient is tannic acid, a 4-ounce bag of raw tannic acid powder, enough for dozens of full applications on vehicle frames and fence lines, costs $5 to $8. The gap between those two numbers is the entire suppression story expressed in dollars. The Association for Materials Protection and Performance, formerly NACE International, published a global study in 2016 that calculated the total annual cost of corrosion worldwide at $2.5 trillion. That is 3.4% of global gross domestic product. Every bridge repair, every pipeline replacement, every rusted vehicle frame, every corroded structural steel remediation project on Earth, added together every year. Their own researchers found that implementing available corrosion control practices could save between $375 billion and $875 billion of that figure annually. A portion of those savings is sitting in a $3 bag. The industry that profits from the $2.5 trillion corrosion problem has spent 70 years ensuring you reach for the branded bottle instead. Total material cost for treating a full vehicle undercarriage, a 100-foot fence line, a set of outdoor iron furniture, or a collection of garden tools is under $3. Step 1. Purchase tannic acid powder. It is available on Amazon from specialty chemical suppliers and from home brewing suppliers, where it is sold as a wine clarifying and fining agent. A 4-ounce bag costs between $5 and $8 and will last most households for years of applications. Step 2. Mix your conversion solution. Dissolve 5 grams of tannic acid powder, approximately 1 level teaspoon, into 100 milliliters of warm water. That is a 5% concentration, the working strength used in professional conservation laboratories and confirmed effective in peer-reviewed research. Stir until fully dissolved. The solution will be pale gold. Step 3. Prepare the surface. Use a wire brush, steel wool, or a stiff bristled scrub brush to remove loose, flaking rust. You are not trying to reach bare metal. Leave the adherent rust layer in place. That is what the tannic acid will chemically convert. You are only removing what is already detached and can no longer bond to the surface. Step 4. Apply the solution generously to all rusted surfaces using a brush, rag, or spray bottle. Work it into pits, crevices, and joints where rust concentrates. Keep the surface wet. On moderate rust, color will begin shifting from orange-red toward gray and then blue-black within 15 to 20 minutes. That color change is ferric tannate forming in real time. It is the reaction confirming it is working. Step 5. Dry. Allow to dry fully. In warm conditions, 12 hours is sufficient. In cold or humid weather, allow 24 hours. If any orange rust remains visible after the first coat has dried, apply a second coat. The second application converts what the first coat could not fully penetrate. Step 6. Apply a top coat. This is the step most people skip, and it is the difference between a result that holds for one season and one that holds for a decade. Ferric tannate is a conversion product, not a sealed vapor barrier on its own. A coat of oil-based paint, rust-inhibiting primer, or penetrating boiled linseed oil applied over the fully dried ferric tannate layer creates a complete system. The tannate converts and stabilizes the rust. The top coat seals against ongoing moisture and oxygen. Together, they replicate what a professional sandblast and prime operation produces for a total material cost under $10 for most residential applications. One honest limitation before you start. If a piece of metal has rusted through structurally, a fence post that flexes, a vehicle frame rail that has lost measurable thickness, or a fitting that has perforated, no surface treatment will restore its load-bearing capacity. Tannic acid converts and stabilizes surface corrosion on structurally sound metal. For the roughly 90% of rust situations that fall into that category, this process works completely. For the cases where the metal itself is gone, no product on any shelf will help. Know the difference before you treat. Now consider the full picture of what this chemistry represents. The Canadian Conservation Institute, the body responsible for preserving irreplaceable historical iron objects in Canadian national collections, established tannic acid as its standard iron artifact conservation treatment in 1989. Institutions entrusted with objects that cannot be replaced, objects that must survive for generations, chose this chemistry over every proprietary alternative available. When the stakes are as high as they get in materials conservation, professionals reach for tannic acid. When the stakes are your truck frame or your fence, the hardware store aisle steers you toward a branded product containing the same active ingredient at 15 times the cost. That calculation has been running for 70 years. It runs because most people never learn what is inside the bottle. It is what Pliny the Elder wrote down in 77 AD. It is what the cathedral ironworkers in Germany knew in 1450. It is what the Japanese swordsmiths protected their blades with for 6 centuries. It is what the Manda blacksmiths of West Africa extracted from bark and applied to iron tools before Europe had a coatings industry. It is what the U.S. Army Research Laboratory validated for military vehicle maintenance and filed in a technical archive. You cannot patent an oak gall. You cannot charge a licensing fee for ferric tannate. The chemistry does not belong to any corporation. It belongs to every culture that ever worked iron near a tannin-bearing plant, which is to say it has always belonged to everyone. A single bag of tannic acid powder treats more rusted metal than most households will face in a decade. The annual cost of global corrosion is $2.5 trillion. This is not a problem that chemistry cannot solve. It is a problem that chemistry solved repeatedly, across 3 millennia, on 4 continents, in civilizations that never spoke to each other. They all found the same answer. Now you have it too. If this vault opened something for you today, subscribe and share it with someone staring at a rusted frame or a corroding fence, wondering whether the repair bill is going to hurt. It is not. The answer weighs 4 ounces and costs $5. Grateful to have you in this vault.